Hi everyone, I'm Ethan, and welcome back to the MoreLogin automation course. So far, a lot of our examples have focused on screen interaction, but real automation often needs more than that. Sometimes the workflow needs to reshape a value, extract part of a result, or send information to an outside service. That's where today's two nodes come in: Run JavaScript and HTTP request. First up, the Run JavaScript node. It's like a mini brain inside your workflow that can slice, dice, and calculate data using JavaScript. That might mean generating a value, extracting one field from a JSON object, cleaning up text, or transforming output from an earlier step. The first is add parameter. This is where we pass variables into the script. Once a variable is added here, we can reference it by name inside the JavaScript below. Then we write the logic in Run.js script. It might seem a bit difficult to those unfamiliar with coding, but now we can easily pass variables generated in the project directly to AI to generate scripts. Then we need to choose the output type that matches the value the script returns. If it's an array, select the array first, then select the value type within the array. Remember our workflow earlier? What we need is to create a list to store the content, so we don't need to add parameter, and then write directly and return a standard code array. Here I use words MoreLogin, anti-detect browser, cloudphone, and choose output format as array string. So we create a list, a standard JavaScript array, to ensure that subsequent loop nodes can be accurately identified and iterated through item by item. And we can also use it to set a random number, parse element content, or anything else. Then let's move to HTTP request. It is the node you use when the workflow needs to communicate with something outside the device. That may mean fetching data from an API, sending results to another service, or requesting information the workflow will use later. Here you will see 4 request methods. Then we have request URL, which is the address the request is sent to. After that, there are several fields that shape the request itself. For example, request header is where you send metadata or context. Query parameters are used when the API supports filtered requests. Body input type matters when the request needs to send data in the body. And authentication type tells the workflow how access should be handled, whether that's no auth, an API key, or basic auth. Finally, timeout controls the maximum time the node is allowed to run. For example, we can send data out, like sending a Slack message when a task finishes. That's a post request. Let's send a test message right now. First, change our request method to post. For the URL, we're going to use a free testing tool called Webhook Site. It gives you a unique URL to catch test messages. Paste that URL here. Now turn on body input type. This is the package we're mailing. We'll type a simple JSON message and click test. If we switch over to our webhook website, we can see our message just successfully landed on an external server. These two nodes are powerful on their own, but they also work very well together. A common pattern looks like the workflow receives or collects data, Run JavaScript reshapes that data, HTTP request sends it outward or fetches new information, and later steps continue using the result. And there you have it. If this helped you out, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to learn next.